How about Agile Principle number 4?
So principle number 4, business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. For somebody coming from the waterfall world.
Yeah, we work together daily all the time. What do you mean?
Yeah, however, with the business, right, when you're a developer, you're not even allowed to talk to the business people.
That's the business analyst job.
Exactly, right? So you've been there. I've been a business analyst too, where I was literally the liaison between the business and the dev team. What Agile says is, we don't need to create this layer, or we don't need to put so much pressure on the business analyst, because it's too much, because he's now responsible for every communication, and he might or might not be technical, right? We're empowering the developers to actually talk to the customers or the stakeholders.
Got it. So it's more of a collaborative type of discussion with everybody, rather than the business analyst playing the middleman, going back and forth and delivering kind of the expectations.
100%. So the other thing that you have to remember here, what Agile is saying is, business owners should also make themselves available for the development team.
So principle number 4 is the collaboration between business and developers. How about principle number 5?
Build projects around motivated individuals, give them environment and support they need, and trust them to get the job done. This principle is saying that let's go away from the command and control, that we need a project managers to tell teams what to do and get exact hours on what every task will take. Instead of managing them, why not we do a better job of hiring great developers? So once you hire these smart engineers, you want to give them a little bit of space for them to express their creativity. And we don't want to tell them how to do the job, because that's why we've hired the developers, right?
Sure.
We're looking for team players. We're looking for people who are creative, people who want to solve problems. Not only somebody who just wants to code,
Sure.
but somebody who wants to be part of the team and solve problems. And that's the reason why Agile Principle calls it motivated. They're motivated to work with other team members.
So something more cross-functional, so it's somebody that wants to learn a different skill sets, right? Because a developer, they could just do coding in Waterfall, and they never get out of coding. That's all they do.
Yeah.
But if they go to an Agile world, it may be a little bit of a shock, because they're expected to do some more, like communicating. That's one of the things that was talked about. But additional other things, like creating models, or joining for a requirements meeting to help out with some thoughts on architecture or whatever. So they could be much more involved beyond just what their title.
Yeah, and then we would call that they're motivated to solve some kind of bigger problem for the company.
Sure. And so you hire the right people that can do that and are being independent and just run with what they need to get done.
100%.
Good. So that's number 5. Number 6.
The most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. So how many times have you been in a conversation where somebody sends you an email and a follow-up email and creates a ticket and sends you the link to the ticket? And it's so annoying.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make anybody happy, and it's so ineffective way of communicating. So what this principle is saying is, we're going to focus on having co-located teams. Or let's not even say that. It's harder to have co-located teams now in this day and age.
Just teams that are open to communication.
Yeah, and what this is saying is face-to-face though.
Yeah.
So let's say one team is in Hyderabad, one team is in St. Louis, and one in California. With technology available, we can have face-to-face through Skype or Zoom or one of these one of these tools, right? So what it's encouraging is have that face-to-face versus going back to tools or creating tickets. Again, this goes to the first Agile manifesto: individuals and interaction over processing tools. So focus more on interaction with the customer, with the team members, with the product manager, people in the ecosystem of Agile.
Good. I think that makes a lot of sense, and I think that face-to-face interaction is really helpful. I know working in Agile, it's nice when you have a question to, instead of tabling it, okay, well, I emailed them, I got to table that and change direction to something else. You can just go get the answer to that question, go bother that developer, that architect, that whoever, get the answer, get that roadblock resolved, and move forward.
And when I was a business analyst, I had a separate cube, and I used to sit with other BAs, and then developers and testers.
Separate?
Yes, testers used to sit in a separate space. So it was hard for them to now there's actually an open space. Everybody sits together, and if there's a problem, everybody kind of swarms on the problem and then solves that one problem together. And that's what it's saying, that face-to-face is key.
So that's number 6, is the face-to-face meetings. How about Agile Principle number 7?
Working software is the primary measure of progress. Again, working software is key. We're not writing pages and pages of requirement documentation, wireframes, all these big models and design documents. Instead of spending time on that, why not build working software